Hello, I'm Peter Dowd, and here's your CBS On The Go update. We begin with your CBS 2 travel forecast. Here's meteorologist Craig Herrera.
Hey, Peter, we're starting to get some clearing as we go through Saturday after that big nor'easter came through the eastern seaboard, starting to move on out of there behind there. We got some gusty winds, though, and then a bit of a break for the plains as we go through Saturday, at least for now. New system starts to move up from Texas and then eventually move back over towards St. Louis. But take a look at the southeast, nice and dry. Saturday afternoon, more scattered showers and snow for the northern Rockies, the Cascades, and more rain for Southern California, as well as snow for the Sierra. Moving forward through Sunday, you can see that system starts to move right up, bring some more scattered showers closer to St. Louis. And then behind the system, moving along the U.S.-Canadian border, you've got some mixed rain, snow closer to Minneapolis by the time we get into Monday. Meantime, travel-wise, tomorrow, maybe some delays close to Portland. We've got some snow there. Everywhere else, we look okay. New York, 44 degrees. We're sitting with the 50s in Los Angeles. And Peter, it looks like through the weekend, L.A. staying with mostly upper 50s and low 60s.
All right, Craig, thanks. The funeral service for the Reverend Billy Graham was earlier today in his home state of North Carolina. His son spoke about Graham and said his dad was the same at home as he was in front of millions of people around the world. Weijia Jiang reports.
The president and vice president arrived with their wives to pay final respects to the Reverend Billy Graham. During the funeral at his library in Charlotte, Graham's youngest daughter told a deeply personal story about facing her father after a failed marriage.
He wrapped his arms around me and he said, "Welcome home." There was no shame, there was no blame, there was no condemnation, just unconditional love.
Graham died last week at the age of 99. He was known as America's pastor, meeting with every president since Harry Truman.
Graham himself began planning his funeral a decade ago. A family spokesman framed it as the preacher's last crusade.
It was powerful, but it wasn't overpowering. It was warm and affectionate.
About 2,000 guests attended the service, which was live streamed to a larger audience. Graham's son Franklin delivered the eulogy.
My father's greatest longing has been granted. He's in the presence of God.
The service included songs from gospel musicians who performed at Graham's speaking events around the country. After the ceremony, Graham was to be buried in a prayer garden in a pine casket next to his wife. Weijia Jiang, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Now here's your CBS On The Go sports. Tennis fans heading to the Indian Wells tennis tournament next week woke up to some bad news today. The #2 ranked men's tennis player in the world, Rafael Nadal, announced on Facebook this morning he is withdrawn from next week's tournament. Nadal retired from his Australian Open match in January with a hip injury, and the injury is still lingering. There will still be plenty of great stars to see next week, but unfortunately, Nadal will not be one of them. Immediately following CBS 2 News at 11 tonight, watch The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Guests include actor Steve Buscemi, and right after Colbert, you can watch The Late Late Show with James Corden. His guests are actress Helen Mirren and actor J.K. Simmons. Watch Corden and Colbert right after CBS 2 News at 11. And that's your CBS On The Go update. Remember, we're always on at CBSLA.com. Be sure to join us every night for CBS 2 News at 5, 6, and 11.